teachers, we have a lot on our plates, and testing is one of those things. If you want to raise your students' test scores, but you don't have a lot of time, I'm here to tell you today how you can help increase your student test scores in only 15 minutes a day. Hi, I'm LaWanda Shields of Too Cute Classroom. This is my space for homeschool moms, homeschool dads, and fellow teachers. And we're going to talk about today what we can do to get our students' test scores up when we are sort of crunched for time. So let's not waste any more time and let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first thing that you're going to do, if you're going to be sure that you have established a set routine for handling your class. And the first thing you're going to do is make sure that you have bell ringers. These are things or activities that you have your students do when they first come into class while you're doing those little mundane activities such as taking attendance, handing out breakfast, or whatever it is you have to do in the mornings to get your class started. So while they're doing bell rings, you're going to make sure that your bell rings are reflective of your state test or your state assessment. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to have done some prep work before class. You're going to have gone and looked at your state standards. You're going to see which ones are tested the most, which are the most important. If I only have 15 minutes, I've got to get the best bang for my buck. And the way I'm going to get the best bang for my buck, I'm going to make sure that I'm focusing on the standards that's going to be tested the most, it's weighted the most. It's going to give me the most points on that test. So my bell ringers and my homework are going to be reflective of those standards. So number one, we're going to make sure that we're doing bell ringers every morning with our students, and they're going to be test focused bell ringers. After we do our bell ringers, we're going to go into home. We're going to go over that homework. We're going to make sure the homework is meaningful. It's not just something we gave our students just to say we gave homework, or something they take home and if they don't know how to do, their parents don't know how to do. It's going to be something that we've covered in class already. It's going to be like a refresher, a review of what we have been discussing. And it's also going to be centered around the standards that are most important standards on our state tests. After we have done our bell ringers, after we've done our homework, then before we go any further in this video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, a like, and that you subscribe to my channel so I can keep giving you more tips and tricks on how to be a great teacher or a homeschool mom or homeschool dad. When you're doing your lessons, that your lessons are not boring. You don't want to be bored and your students don't want to be bored either. So try to construct or find some interactive games that you can use in order to get your students more involved in state testing. That is not something that, oh my God, I got to do state test. That they know it, that they can do it, and that they enjoy it. After we've done class, we're going to make sure that we're having data talks with our students. That means we're calling our students individually to us and we're discussing what they need to focus on, where their weakness is, where their strengths are, and how we can capitalize on them on the state tests. And again, this calls for some prep work before you get to class, before you have these data talks. Remember, we're trying to get all this done in 15 minutes in a day. Okay, the next thing we're going to make sure we do is that we're getting our parents involved. Our parents have been informed about the state test. They know what the state test is, and we've gotten them to buy into the state test. And we've done that by continuously reiterating the importance of this. They know where their students are, where their child is, and they know what they need to do to help get their child further along and to score higher on this test. And we're making sure that we're contacting our parents on a weekly, if not daily basis. And I know once a day is going to be a little rough, especially if you teach a large number of students. So my suggestion is once a week, make sure you're sending that newsletter out. Make sure in that newsletter that you have listed the state standard that you're covering. Make sure that you are listing the state standard that you are mainly focusing on for the week or for the 2 weeks. And I know a lot of us may have pacing guides. So make sure that you are make sure that you're letting them know what that standard is. Also, make sure that once a week you're individually contacting these parents. And I know as teachers, we're pressed for time. So remember, we're talking about 15 minutes a day. I'm not asking you to take on another load. What I'm asking you to do is make sure that you have a pre-made message already set for your parents. And you can do this by, if you're contacting them via email or through your phone, you can save a message in your clipboard. Sort of copy and paste it, add in their name. Good morning, Miss or Mr. Maybe Smith. I'm just, letting you know that your child, and insert the child's name, is doing either well or not so well on blase. This is what you can do to help. And make sure when you're talking about a problem that you're always giving your parents a solution to that problem. Okay? So what are you doing to help keep your parents informed? As teachers, we're crunched for time. So if you want to raise your students' test scores in 15 minutes, don't forget to implement some of these tips and tricks that I just gave you. Be sure, again, to give this video a thumbs up, a like, and to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.